Howdy, my sassy gals. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 11. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. It was kind of a throw together at the last minute. Sundays are kind of a little hectic for me, only because it's the end of the official week, beginning of the next week. Getting things ready for my son, getting things ready in my household. I think I did more laundry yesterday than I've done in a while, just because I needed to get it done. You know, behind the prim and proper and clean, and everything cleans itself with one click in Second Life, I am the one that does the dirty work, to say, in real life. I'm the one that does the laundry, the cleaning, the cooking, and all of that, which is fine. I don't mind it because my husband goes outside of the home and works, so that I don't have to. Okay. Now, we're not rich by any means, and there's a lot of things we can't afford, but we're happy. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about a story time that I have from Second Life. And it's it's my old past life that I don't no longer do. But I used to be a stripper on Second Life, and I was a furry stripper on Second Life. And one of these days I might go through some of my old avatars in a video and just kind of show them to you, but that's not today. But yeah, I used to go, and I used to work for a club that was primarily a hard rock club, but it was also about the BDSM community as well. They had a dungeon, all of that. I wasn't so much into the BDSM. I just enjoyed making the money. Well, the Lindens anyway. I went into work one night, and there was a patron there, and as always I greeted everybody, and I got up on my pole and was doing my thing and was emoting like I always do, and was, listening to the music and hanging out. And he was a furry, and he appreciated that there were furry strippers, because it was me and my best friend at the time. She's now my ex-best friend, which that's a story time for another time. But yeah, he's sitting there, he's enjoying it, greeted him like I always do everybody else. He gets in my inbox and he goes, "I love the way you emote. It's so detailed." Because I was a very detailed emoter. If it took me a little bit longer, I didn't care, because I was giving them the realism of as if they were sitting there in front of a person, or a personified animal, stripping on a pole. So I was giving as much realism as I could to the patrons, and I made decent tips normally. But this guy goes, "Well, I'm going to give you a tip." He goes, "But I want a little extra if I give you this tip." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm thinking, "Oh, he's going to give me like 100 lindens or something like that." And I was like, "Okay, I'll just put a little extra personal touch into my emote." No, he dropped 5,000 lindens in my tip jar. My tip jar, not my friend, because I was dancing with her that night. Not her tip jar, my tip jar. He goes, "Okay, after the set," which my job ended when the DJ was done. And he said, "Well, after the DJ set, after you're done, I want you to come back to my place." And I was like, "Okay, cool," And now, I was at the time, I was a red-furred Doberman. And he was a bright pink cat. Oh, okay, to each their own. I personally like the natural color furries as opposed to the unnatural color, personally, for me to wear. I like the natural color as opposed to the unnatural colors, like the purples, the pinks, the blues, the greens, oranges. I liked the kind of natural fur to a furry. but I was a red, meaning the brownish red fur Doberman. Kind of your classic Doberman, but without the black. With the same markings, everything. With big bazongas. Because that's part of what I think helped me make the tips I made, was I had big tatas. But yes, and so I get done with my set, and he goes, okay, your friend can come if she wants to too, but I mainly wanted you. Okay, well, teleport me when you're ready. And I, throw it back on, because I had gotten down to naked, because, he dropped 5,000 in my tip jar. He goes, I'll give you a little extra if you'll come to my place naked. I was like, oh, okay. So I take my clothes back off. And he drops another 1,000. So at this point I've made 6,000 in one night. Not to mention my normal tippage. So I'd made probably about 1,000. So at this point I'm at 7,000. I've never had this much lindens in my entire SL career. So I'm sitting there going, I'm sitting there with my husband in real life going, oh my god, honey, I just made 7,000 linden. He's like, am I going to get some of that? I was like, yeah, I'll give you some, of course. But I'm like, okay, well, I now have to go to his house, so shh. He wanted me to be on voice for a few minutes, and I was like, okay, I can work this. I can't make, and I told him in IMs as we were talking at the club, I said, I cannot, I'm married in real life. There's no voice in that sense with me. I will talk normally like I'm doing now, but I will not do the rated R stuff on voice, just because 9 times out of 10 my child is sitting behind me, and I'm not gonna do that. So he goes, okay, well, I just want to talk with you for a couple of minutes. And he gave me another 1,000. So now I'm up to 8,000. Spoiler alert, I wound up getting up to 10,000 lindens in one night with this guy. 10,000. Okay, now I'm up to 8,000 at this point in the story. Okay, so he drops that, and we start talking, and my friend's talking on voice with him too. And I think he gave her some too, but he did not give her nearly as much as he gave me. And he goes, okay, come sit over here and cuddle with me. I want to just sit and talk. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do more if you want. And, you have paid me 8,000. He goes, I tell you what, ask your friend to leave. I'll give you another 2,000 if you'll sleep with me. It's Second Life only, and doesn't have to be on voice. Are you kidding me? Hey. And that's literally what I said in IMs with him. Are you kidding me? He goes, nope. Drops to 2,000. So I'm now up to 10,000. Keep in mind, okay, so this guy has paid me 9,000 to watch me strip on a pole, talk to me for a minute on voice, and then, of course, escorting services have my avatar in world. Okay. So I get over on the bed. My friend leaves. She's, of course, is upset because he didn't pay her nearly as much as he paid me. But, I was a little bit better at emoting than she was. So we get into it hot and heavy. And he takes off his shirt. And I look and I realize his furry has scars all over it. And I'm talking like noticeable scars. So I worked that into the RP. And, we're going. And suddenly he drops offline. Now, I had added him as a friend because not many people will pay that much for you to do stuff like that. And I figured he might be a repeat client. I had a couple clients that every now and then would IM me and be like, hey, come over, I'll pay you 500 and, stuff like that for, an hour of your time, which isn't too bad. I think most escorts nowadays charge, 1,000 for 30 minutes or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not in the game anymore. I thought honestly about going back into it, but then I couldn't bring myself to do it anymore. But at the end of the night, I had 10,000 lindens in my account, and I was like, holy crap. I think I went and paid rent on the house. I went and bought me a couple of things I've been wanting for a while that were kind of expensive. I gave my husband Vic some, and a couple nights later, I was right. A couple nights later, he IMs me and goes, hey, can we finish our session? I said, of course. He said, my net dropped. So, okay, that's understandable. We get back together and we finish our session. And he drops another 2,000 in my hands. I was like, you had already paid for this. And he goes, I know, I feel bad though. Needless to say, I stayed friends with him for a while, but not only because he dropped so much in my tip jar and on me, just because he was a really nice person and seemed really cool. But yeah, that was one of my crazy. And we had another night where we had an exploder in the club, like most clubs did. And a guy came in and dropped 5,000 in the exploder, and I think I won 1,000 from that, which that was awesome. And then he was dropping big tips on all of the dancers. It was not me that night that was getting the big tips. It was my friend, which was cool. Could care less. People like what they like, and can't help it if it's not me, But that club has long since closed down, and that friendship has long since ended. Unfortunately, because she's supposed to have been my best friend. But like I said, that's a tell for another story time. That one's going to be a big one. Alright, well, I will catch you on the flip side. Stay sassy, because that's what we do around here.